Yo, what's going on, guys? Dragon Monster here, and today we're back doing another tier list with the wonderful Bluey. How you doing, Bluey?
I'm doing good.
And today, instead of looking at the pets, we're going to be taking a look at the food. So, Bluey and I have very different lists.
Yes.
And do you want to do mine and then yours, and then upload them separate?
I figured there's not enough we can just do it in one video.
Hey, that works too. So, at the top, I think we can both absolutely agree: chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate OP. And delicious.
It's on the top of many lists, not just a super out of pets list.
The next spot is where you and I wildly diverge.
Yes, you put it too high.
No, the can is OP. Can get you out of some shenanigans.
Can.
The can.
Okay.
The can is what makes pivoting possible
This is
in
true.
any of the later rounds, any of the mid rounds, really. It makes pivoting so much easier, such a good transition. You, on the other hand, put a goddamn chili pepper.
I love chili pepper.
I feel like you slightly overrate chili pepper.
Okay, well,
I
why do
might
people
underrate
prefer...
chili pepper. I think you overrate chili pepper.
No, it's like people buy deer over cricket. Why is a deer better than a cricket? Because it comes with chili pepper.
Well, no, the deer is better than a cricket because instead of spawning a 1-1 or a 2-2 or a 3-3, it spawns a 5-5, a 10-10, or a 15-15.
With chili pepper.
That's just the icing on the cake.
But it like mows down melon armor. It kills if you got like a tiger behind something or a snake, it helps sift through that. It's just good beans.
Like I said, I think I might underrate chili pepper, but I think you
No.
definitely overrate it. I think the happy
Yes.
median would for it to be A tier. If I was to remake this, I would probably put it in A tier.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll take that.
And then obviously you have your first slot in A tier as can because you didn't have it in S tier. However, we both agree that the pear is the next best.
Well, you never turn down a pear if you can afford it.
Really, you never do. If you do, you're sad to do it.
It's like sushi and pizza are great.
Pear is potent.
Yeah, you choose where it goes, which is better than pizza.
Yeah.
Other higher tier stuff.
And then we both agree after that would be melon.
Yeah.
Melon is so necessary in the like weird transition between mid and late for a lot of things to survive. And then late game, it's a bit of a toss up because some things are just too damn big for it to matter. But it can just turn the tide of a fight massively and keep your giant massive thing alive.
Melon used to be a lot better because it used to work with hurt triggers. Now it doesn't work with hurt triggers anymore.
Yeah. When
So
I
like
started playing, it didn't. Because it wasn't even a recent it wasn't even the newest update that happened.
No, but it was early on.
Yeah. So when I started, it was already not like that. So I'm not even used to it.
Dude, it used to be OP. You could put it on a peacock and just get a free buff, essentially.
After that, I continue into A tier and you drop down into B tier, and we have our next two swapped. I put sushi next because sushi is very, very good, very, very, very good value, especially if you have something like a rabbit or
Yeah.
anything that cares about food. Sushi tends to be incredibly beneficial. You have a pill starting off your B tier.
Yeah. Your pill's in B tier too.
Yeah, but you put it. I have a lot more things in my A tier. And I have things in front of my pill in B tier. Pill
I don't
is
think I ordered
very
it like
good. I think I don't even after playing co-op with you and everything, I don't even think that you overrate the pill. I think you just misplaced it on this list.
I feel like I buy pill buy anything else on that list in B tier.
Are you talking overall or throughout an
Yeah.
entire run?
Overall.
Right, because you're playing more runs, you'll buy the pill more often early. But
I think even late game I'd buy a pill. I've done a couple pill runs.
the later the game goes on, the less likely I am to pill something.
I pilled a shark once.
You're insane.
I was aiming for something else.
That doesn't count.
I was happy with my choice though.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think pill is not nearly as good as you think it is. As far as the tier lists are concerned. And then I have honey way higher than you do.
Only a little smidgen. Like
Yours is at the end of C tier. Mine is most of the way through A tier.
yeah, but you put chili backlining B. Like what's I don't trust your judgment.
I don't trust yours.
Why do we make such a good co-op team?
Listen, 1 out of 3 doesn't make it good.
I feel like that's
Or
great.
was it 1 out of 4?
I think 1 out of 3 sounds better. I know it's wrong, but I'll take it.
So, honey specifically for Badger makes it A tier. If Honey Badger didn't work the way it did, honey would be in B tier for me. End of B tier.
Yeah, it rolls off.
Mm-hmm. But the Honey Badger just makes it so it doesn't.
Yeah.
Garlic. I left garlic at the end of A tier. You put it at the back of B tier.
I always replace it with chili peppers.
You're insane.
You're so mean.
You're a crazy person.
I just like spice over garlic. I can't help it.
Isn't
Which is
garlic a spice?
the seasoning.
What's the difference between a spice and a seasoning?
I think it's if it's spicy.
Wouldn't a spice be a seasoning?
Yes. But garlic is a seasoning too. But it's not spice.
I'm
Like
not a
basil
doctor.
isn't a spice. It's its own individual crop.
Anyway, um, I was gonna say enough about food, but that's not how this is gonna work throughout the rest of the video.
Okay, and we didn't talk about food, so I guess we won't be discussing salad, huh? Wow, many people will be disappointed.
Many people are saying this. Um, yeah, I think garlic, because of how good it is in the early game and mid game, I think it deserves the A slot. Um, it falls
I'd
off
rather,
so hard late, but until you get to late game, it's incredibly good.
I guess. I mean, I'd rather just give it an apple. At least I know it's going to be a permanent buff before I give it a chili.
You're insane.
Stop saying that. It's going to hurt my feelings eventually.
You're the maddest of lads.
Then why do I beat you more often than you beat me?
Because you're a mad lad.
Yes.
I put steak at the beginning of my B tier.
It's tight.
You put yours towards the end of B tier.
I really like giving steak to gorilla. It's just
Gorilla.
funny.
I hate the gorilla. Um, steak I feel like is the ultimate like catch-up mechanic for a utility unit. Like you can't give it a peanut to make it a scorpion, so you give it a steak instead. It'll at least trade with 90% of the things that are going to get to it by then.
Not wrong, not wrong. I've never bought a steak.
What?
I've never purchased a steak.
That's crazy talk. Do you know how good steaks are?
I don't even. I know what it does. I know it hits, but I don't know for how much.
20.
I thought it was what? That's high. Okay.
Yeah, it adds 20 damage.
Okay. Okay. That might be good. That beats melon armor. If you have two level 50s, one
Yeah.
has melon armor, and you have a steak.
Yeah.
Try out.
Like, imagine you're in the mid game, you just got a monkey. You're
Steak
transitioning
melon.
out of the mid game, I should say. You get a monkey and you gotta, you know, get a little insurance on it. Make sure it does something other than just pump the front unit. Slap a steak in that bad boy, he'll trade up easy.
Steak kind of looks like melon though. Like if you slice a melon down the middle and get like a slice of melon and make like peel away the skin so the white's still there, you got yourself a steak.
Except the part where it's meat.
I don't know, I've never tried it. But they look the same because it's red than the white.
But the white's not in the melon, it's like green.
No, once you peel away there's like a line barrier.
And I
The inside of
guess.
a watermelon goes green, green, white, red.
And I guess. Anyway, there's no seeds in steak, which is good for the
There's
steak.
bones.
There's a bone usually.
Many bones.
Anyway, speaking of bone, the meat bone, I rate way higher than you do.
Yeah.
It's the same concept as the steak, except it only applies to the early game. That being said, it can make something that's super tanky, like say a crab, catch up real quick. Or like deer, it can make it so that it trades instead of just dies to something. But you're a crazy person, you put chili on it, so you'd rather it just hit the last thing really hard instead of the front thing.
Yeah.
Or the second thing. Imagine if the chili pepper didn't hit the second thing for 5, it hit the first thing for 5. That's a meat bone.
Yeah, but it would hit the if you give it health and damage, it's gonna hit for 5. It's gonna hit for whatever you give it.
Right, but an additional 5. It's like having a hatching chick in a way. Half a
Yeah.
hatching chick. It's interesting. I like it a lot. But again, just like garlic armor, it falls off quick. But if you put it on like a flamingo or something, it'll just trade up way more often than just die outright. Next thing, I have pill here. You have pill at the beginning of B tier. I think that's probably a pretty reasonable comparison. The pill is very good at getting buffs off of units, like the ants, like the turtles, things like that. And then it also is very handy to do that and pump up something like an ox. I don't use pills as much as you do.
Lots of things have faint triggers and stuff.
I just don't buy as many. Like I don't buy turtle hardly ever.
You should do a challenge then that you can't sell units. The only way to get them off your team is to pill them.
I mean, I don't like losing over and over.
Then
I
why
do
keep
it
coming
anyway,
back?
but I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, next up I put salad. You have salad in your C tier.
Yes.
The only reason I rate mine high as I do, and technically over pizza, even though I think pizza is like one step better than salad, right? Because it's two things get 1-1, and pizza's two things get 2-2. Is that correct?
Yes.
The only reason I rate it higher than pizza is because, well, there's two reasons. One, it shows up way earlier, and two, by the time pizza shows up, we have things like sushi. We have things like, you know, chocolate for you chili peppers, steaks, things that are going to be more relevant.
I tend to only buy salad if I have a rabbit. Otherwise, I'd rather take those free gold and re-roll to see what I can get for the next shop.
I really like pumping up stats. Stats will win the early game more than the effects of the animals. And if you just buy two salads, that's like a couple pairs.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
We're just different. We like different things.
Yeah. So I think that's why I value it a bit more, is because of how effective it is in the early game. But just like the last couple things we talked about, it falls off hard.
Yeah, it does.
So once you get pizza, that's your new salad.
I mean, just like real life.
Most people do the opposite. They replace pizza with salad so they can stop, eating junk food and shit like that.
No, they get really bad salad for a while and they're like, nah, screw it. Today's a pizza day.
That's true. That's true. Cheat day, pizza day. I don't eat salad at all, and I technically don't eat pizza, but I
yeah.
technically
I
do.
remember.
Yeah, I can't eat red sauce pizza. I can eat white sauce pizza. Alfredo pizza is delicious. Anyway, I digress. Next you put the steak, but I put the mushroom. I think mushroom has a lot of utility for a lot of units.
I think I've only ever bought it once.
I buy it a lot. I buy it for dumb reasons mostly, but I buy it a lot. I acknowledge that it's dumb reasons, like the stupid sheep that you saw.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It was mostly hilarious, but also effective.
Well, yeah, you won. That's nothing to.
I don't know if I can credit the 13 sheep with the mushroom for the win.
No, that was it. Definitely it. Not the free 50-50 units you have.
But things like deers, things like scorpions for anti-scorpion or melon armor attack. What else? I don't like putting it on Badger. People keep putting it on Badger, and I'm like, this is not how Badger works. Because it comes back as a 1-1.
Yeah. I've seen that a couple times. We saw it in the co-op even. It's just,
Yeah.
it got annihilated.
Yes, it did. But that was because that build was awesome. That's the one we actually won. The other thing is brain is breaking, wait for it. Tigers.
Tigers.
I like it on tigers because if they snipe my tiger, it just comes right back. Full functionality. It doesn't need stats. After that, I put chili pepper because I value splash damage way less than you do.
This is true.
But that's because chili pepper doesn't give splash damage based on your animal's damage. It's a hard capped 5 damage.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know about that one. It feels really weak.
If it was a 1 to 4, I'd be like, it's so bad, but it's a 5.
Yeah, but when the thing has 20 health, it doesn't care about 5 damage.
Well, that's why you have everything else on your team of chili too. The next thing will keep weakening. When that one dies, you have the next thing chipping away. By the time you're on your back two animals, that tanky unit's gone.
And all the things behind it are still alive.
Well, no, because once you kill it with that final, you start to chip away the next thing.
But you've run out of things.
You just have something big on the back. Duh.
Oh man. Yeah,
Like a
no,
deer.
I think that if they change chili pepper to scale at all off your stats, even like a quarter of your power.
It'd be really cool if it was like deal 50% of the hit to the back animal and then 25% damage to the animal behind it. So it's like a diminishing return slash type of thing.
See, I would think it would be fine if it was 100% to the thing you hit and 25% to the thing behind it.
And then 5 to the one behind that.
No, that's too much.
No.
If you give it that splash damage, I think it shoots up to A tier, maybe even S tier. I'd have to do testing to see if it's S tier, but it'd be really, really strong. Um, as it is, that 5 damage, just like a lot of other things, just falls off too hard for me. Where we enter C tier, and you put mushroom, where I put mine at the back of B, so it's kind of similar.
Yeah. What
Very
separates our
utility
mushrooms
based.
is chili.
um, you put salad here, which I put my salad a little bit higher. That's
I
just because of the early game. I think I value it a lot. Here's kind of close to similar. We put apple around the same place.
yeah.
Um,
Well, apple's the last thing on your list altogether.
yeah, that's what I said kind of, but you put 3 things after apple, and I don't have anything after apple. I put cupcake starting my C tier.
Cupcake is great. I'd rather buy a cupcake than a Philly unit, but I don't use it often.
I don't either, but I buy a cupcake more than I buy an apple.
I
And
like
I
the
certainly
filling.
buy a meat bone more than I buy a cupcake. And I 100% buy honey way more than I buy a cupcake.
Yeah, I just
So
don't see it, man.
you're the one who got me buying cupcakes.
I love cupcakes. They're great, but they fall off.
Oh, they fall off immediately. The entire purpose of the cupcake is just to get you through the early games.
It's the get out of jail free button.
I wouldn't say free. It's the shop fucked me. Let's see if I can keep up and at least trade.
You have 5 gold. You're rolling to get some food. All you getting is pills. Your last chance, and you get 2. It's like, I guess I'm going this way.
Although I have done triple cupcake into crab, and it was
That's
hilarious
pretty
because
good,
it
though.
worked.
That only works with the updated crab too, though. So that's really good.
Yeah. Um. So next I have apple. And that's the end of my list. After you, and again, apple is only good, in my opinion, if you get like an early food-based animal. So like the free to or the pay to win beetles or the rabbit or anything like that that really cares about it early. But I've been known to buy an apple and feed it to a worm just to keep it scaling. That's about the only time I'll buy an apple though, outside of like the earliest of early game. Is like I don't have any more gold to reroll and buy something. I'm on my last 3, and there's an apple, and I have a worm or a seal. I'll just buy that real quick and be done with it. But you put meat bone and honey after, and I think you're crazy for it.
You said that to me a lot today.
That's because you're a nut.
But I'm a fun nut.
I mean, nuts are pretty fun. I like
Oh,
cashews.
I like almonds and Brazil nuts. No Brazil nuts. Hazelnut. Those are the ones.
It's basically the same thing, even though it's not at all the same. But yeah. So, should we quickly go and look at your list?
Yeah, you can put mine up and then you pretty much ran for it as you did yours. So big.
I fix.
I fix is no longer big.
So yeah. This is Bluey's list. Chocolate, the crazy chili pepper, can, pear,
Crazy pepper.
melon, pill, sushi, pizza, steak, garlic. How did you play all this time and get all the Chivos and do all these lists with me and not know what steak does? It just hit me.
For 20 damage.
Yes, 20 mental damage. Anyway, steak, garlic, mushroom,
I'm pretty
salad.
sure you used it in that co-op too, and I was
I
like, okay.
did. You didn't question it at all. You
You didn't
didn't
question
use it one round, and I'm like, no, you don't know what you're doing.
I don't know what it is.
Apple, meat bone, honey, cupcake, as opposed to my very tiny now list. It feels inadequate. Very similar, but very different. But that's gonna be it for us.
Yeah.
If you guys are not familiar with Bluey, make sure you check her out. I will put her channels down in the description, both her Twitch and her YouTube. Make sure you
Yes.
check her out. If you like this video, or if you didn't, please hit the corresponding button down below. And if you have any feedback, any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything you want to say, please put a comment down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, you can hit the subscribe button. We do Super Auto Pets, we do Vampire Survivors, we do Conan, Magic, all sorts of content. And there will be more future videos with Bluey, because Bluey's a fun person to do cooperative things with.
He keeps kidnapping me.
She can't get away. Anyway, and if you're already subscribed to the channel, you can hit the notification bell, which will notify you anytime we post a video, and it'll be in your little inbox. But that's it for us. So I will catch you guys later. Say goodbye, Bluey.
Bye, Bluey. You. You too. Should I just say bye again? Because I feel like I cracked